Hey guys, here playing as Corset Wayland up against Andromeda. Might be the Revoir type thing. And this is going to be a consulting visit, Midseasons kill deck. So we probably have to Ice HQ first turn. The question is, do we try the remote push on turn 2? I think we do. I mean, he might have inside job, but usually Crims only run like one copy of it these days. So odds are this is the Turning Wheel or Revoir deck. It's flavor of the month for sure, and probably the best Andy deck right now. Certainly struggles enough with like NEH, but so does like a regular sucker build or a stealth build to go fast enough against NEH. So I don't think that's necessarily a weakness of it. It's gonna pop Sports Hopper right away. I don't know if I like that. Turn 1 popping it. I guess he wants to match up his career fair. That's still awkward. What's he having here? Exclusive party? Oh, a second turning wheel. Okay. Trashing a career fair. Oh, man. That's a rough first turn for Andy. Did he mull that? He did mull, so sometimes the mull is just really awkward for that deck. So this should certainly go through. Now we've got double gear check. Like having vanilla in here is also another big upgrade for the deck. I mean, Ice was only $1 more, but it does add up. Often that dollar is like one extra tag for mid-seasons, or it's the dollar you need to play your hedge fund or to play your restructure. So a credit definitely means something. He does have the inside job. Good for him. No fear about running into like a program trasher. I think he was going to regret using this hopper later on when it's his scorch protection. He still can't get it, so I'm going to actually leave it here. We need econ. If he takes it, we'll mid-season him. Otherwise, we'll click for 2 until something good happens. So he's going to know now that it's vanilla. He's going to know he needs to siphon us. Certainly would be unsiphoned in this deck. Though you wouldn't have to. I've played with 2 siphon for a while, and like it's kind of awkward sometimes where you don't want to keep the tags because of your turning wheel, but if you shake them, you're losing 2 more clicks and $4 that really you don't want to spend. So this assassin is going to be actually decent if he can't find his reflection, because he has popped one of his sports hoppers. I'm pretty on the fence about popping these. In a lot of matchups, if you just keep the link, then you're going to be able to not play your Sentry Breaker for the whole game. But then again, he may worry about Archer, and if there's Archer, you will need that strike to come out. Trash his legwork. Ouch. Ooh. Well, let's see if we draw ice for R&D. We do. That's good. This is quite fun. It's probably the funnest part of this deck is that you can just over-advance your Oaktown forever because you have the money lead and they can't catch up. And before, a lot of runners would just take the agenda and like they know you only have one Midseasons because they're 4 influence each. But now there's like 4 virtual copies of it, and whoops, I think he got the wrong one. Yeah, he got the wrong one. He'll fix that up. Now that you have 3 consulting visit on your Midseasons, you have 4 times a chance that their Midseasons is live at any given time. So draw, SMC, he can run R&D and jack out. Makes sense. Right, his turning wheel is now at the wrong number, so now it's good. Everything fixed up. Okay, do we want to put this food in the remote? I think we almost do to avoid losing it out of our HQ. Go to 5 points, but can we score late game against these guys, or are we committed to kill strategy? Feel that we're actually maybe on kill this game. Because we can maybe get to 5 points, but I don't know that we can get all the way to 7. We'll see what happens. With the assassin, we can at least now tax him to get in this server and gear check for all 3 types. So these 3 ice may hold up for the duration of the game. Right, you can just jack out on it. Okay. I kind of think we just score food and try to go for the score victory now that we have the assassin, and he still isn't showing any breakers. Like, Gearcheck is quite good against the Revoir thing. And our money's holding up. If he plays really conservatively, we won't be able to nail him on Midseasons because he can just take a lot of money. I think he actually can race us. And I don't think he get in this server yet. So we'll just slow advance that out. I don't want to discard any money cards. There's some chance he has Vamp, and you want to make sure we don't get blown up by Vamp. Because if you do like Vamp and then like run and see a whole bunch of R&D cards, that would be trouble for us. Yeah, the money war is going to shift in his favor pretty shortly. But I think he doesn't have enough breakers, or we'll be able to just rush out. And I don't want this one. I want a different one, so I'm gonna... I think I power draw to find a different one. And we don't, but what do we do here? I think we just score the food next turn. Or like jam the food in the remote. Like he's gonna get a good dig at R&D. Oh. Well, he kind of spoiled the surprise. I would have jammed this food and thought he can't get at it, but actually he's been building up for a while. Okay. So this is what, 6 to break Archer. And then another 6 to break assassin. Yeah, I think we say come get it. And hope that we can mid-season him after he takes it. Well, I don't know. He's going to get 9 at a time, but he isn't... Or he can take 12 for his turn, so I don't know if we actually can mid-season him. No snitch, so he's going to let us pay 6. Taking us off game point. He's able to see, he already saw this assassin. Well, I almost think we want to res this. He doesn't have D-res normally. And we're going to run through this remote repeatedly in the future. Okay, so now he's figured that having got us to go off match point, we can't win on Alice. Makes sense. Let's look for econ or something. Okay. So I think we either get the global food or we could land at least a small mid-seasons here. We really have to just put agendas in the remote because otherwise he can see our whole hand with the turning wheel after checking what they are with reflection. And I think we're going to not res this assassin at any point. All right, that's happening. Yeah, that's bad. Oh dear. Never mind the mid-season, that's not happening. So we can shake tags. Question is, do we go to 8, go to 3 afterwards, and have this up against the next siphon? If we let him siphon through, we'll be down to 8. We can bring this up in the remote, but if he siphons this again, he'll have tags, which we want. Yeah, I think this is maybe okay. Yeah, we definitely can't win this trace. It's $1 cheaper this way. He pays 3 and then he pays another 2. So 5 instead of 6. Yeah, I almost want a Crisium grid in here. We could fit one if we change some tech around. The Saturn grab I haven't used yet, but I keep feeling there should be procos that I could get at. So we are now in Siphon Hell. If we score the hostile, yeah, that's probably good. We have to score, he gets it. Bad pub is not great, but this is already an expensive server to go through. 13 or $12 is not a big difference for him to run it. If you can't get all your ice res in the outside of each server, then you can stop the Revoir, but it's really hard to do because you have to also get the archives ice resed. In practice, seems to not happen very often. We draw a money card, we get the wrong money card. Don't love that. This assassin's not that good. Okay, we get the mid-season in hand. That's not terrible. Do we discard Consulting Visit now? We could discard the Hostile Takeover. I kind of think the Hostile, and we'll get it back. Because he might respond to this by seeing our entire HQ. So we want the hedge is $5. Beanstalk is good anti-siphon tech. Well, siphon recovery, I guess. Right, so, oh yes, here he comes. He's looking for agendas in here. So discarding the hostile takeover was, I think, quite correct here. And he may be even scared to run this Atlas because we're not on match point, right? So he's going to clean our hand out. But we're going to get our Atlas to go to 6. And then we can maybe win off hostile takeover. Maybe. We don't have a fast track. Even if we did, I don't think we'd be able to score out of hand with fast track hostile. There's no biotic or anything. It's gotta be tricky. If we could draw money, we could maybe get him to come in here. And then the mid-season that way. Yeah, he can just dig R&D eventually for the win. This is not much good. Credit, restructure here. Leaves us vulnerable to siphon. Oh, man. Or we score the Alice out and are at 5. Which is even worse for siphon. So he's keeping some for HQ, but I don't know if he needs to because really he's already seen everything in here. I guess he doesn't want to die to double snare. Double snare, if he sees too many cards, could kill him that way. Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're not going to draw hostile takeover. Oh, there it is. Too poor for mid-season unless we draw like exactly a restructure or something. Oh, even then, it's getting away from us. All right, well now he can afford to check server 1, so we're going to just score this out, putting ourselves on 6. There's a third hostile, but we can't draw it because we're on R&D lock. Any other cards help us right now? Snatch, payroll implementations, probably pretty meh. Oh, he gets the third hostile. Yeah, now we're on lockdown. Too much money. Not enough things we can throw in the remote either. Yep. Don't think we can make enough money to threaten anything. Without breaking news, the kill threat is still not great. He could build turning wheel and just dig us every so often. Yeah, now this third hostile's gone, we're in a lot of trouble. We could ice more, but does it help us? He can break everything for... Yeah, I think we can't win. We would need to like jam this and have him not go for it. The thing with no assets is we can't have that many things to put in server 1 to threaten him. This probably wins here, actually. Nope, gets to 6. Oh, another one. Yeah. So our start was kind of okay. We tried to go for score, weren't quite fast enough. Maybe forfeiting to get the archer up was not right. I was thinking we could tax him more than we could, but when he had the third Revoir out, really hard. Yeah, tough to say. We could have res this at some point instead of resing this, and then he would have been forced to not let us res this one to get his turning wheel counters. So there's an option there. We ended up not getting much value out of this because he doesn't need to run there that often. And we have no traps to advance, or even just like not that many Jacksons to put in there. There was a third Jackson coming eventually. Well, that was always in our deck. So really we could have played on for a while, but he can make more money than we can make, even if we draw like straight operations. So I think there was no hope in this game. Consulting for restructure, you make, what, net of $4 for 2 clicks? So it's not terrible. I don't know. If you think there was a good chance to like pull this out here, let me know in the comments. My main hope was to get to 6 like this, like we did, and then have drawn this hostile at some point in between him digging. But maybe there was a better way to score out. I think the kill slipped out of our fingers pretty quickly when he siphoned us. So maybe a Crisium Grid is the way to go. Thanks for watching, guys.